What up, sports fans and fellow foodies? I'm Julie, and welcome to my kitchen, where each week I talk sports while whipping up culinary creations. Happy holiday weekend to everyone. Happy 4th of July. Hopefully you're celebrating safely and having some fun and festivities in between all the raindrops we've been having. And hopefully you're getting some good food in as well. A lot of sports that kind of tie into this holiday, going all the way back to Lou Gehrig's famous speech. Today, I consider myself, you guys have heard it, you can YouTube it, but after he was diagnosed with ALS, that was way back in the 1930s. That was on July 4th. 1 year ago today, we lost White Sox closer Bobby Jenks. That was on the 4th of July. In between, we've had so many different sporting events taking place in the baseball world involving guys like Nolan Ryan, Richard Petty. A lot of milestones on the 4th of July. And of course, Joey Chestnut. He was wolfing down the hot dogs today at Coney Island. He is, again, the reigning champ in the hot dog eating contest. It's his 18th mustard belt. He downed 66 today, averaging about 8.6 dogs a minute. All right, we're not gonna get that crazy here. We're just gonna have a few varieties of hot dogs and brats because we're gonna make something that is an all-star gourmet elote hot dog. You're going, what? What is she talking about? But this is a blend of some stuff you've probably tasted before, haven't thought about putting on a hot dog. It brings something different from the mustard, relish, ketchup, dare I say. It's okay. There are people in Chicago who put ketchup on their hot dogs. I've been doing it since I was a kid. Don't at me on this. But we're gonna talk about a way to elevate it, make it a little bit different this time around. And when you try it, you're gonna go, that does work. All right, here are my components. I'm gonna start, I have these beautiful bratwurst buns. I did toast them on the grill a little bit, brushed them with some melted butter. I've got one that I cut open and one that I left like this that you can slice open, slice this way, whatever you wanna do with it. But I'm gonna use this one that I cut open and then I made sure I got butter to toast the insides on the grill. As for what I'm putting inside, we're gonna go with an all beef hot dog, but I'm gonna show you a couple different things that I'm looking at today. My place is Butcher on the Block. I don't get paid to endorse them, I just love them. I tell everyone I know to go there. They're in Algonquin, in Lake in the Hills rather, on Algonquin Road. So that's where I got my hot dogs, but they have on average probably about 30 varieties of brats in their case every day. And they have like 60 or 70 total, so you can order other kinds too. So what I'm bringing to the table today, no pun intended, I've got a couple of the fatty hot dogs, I've got one skinny guy, and then I've got a couple of bratwurst. I'll just give them a mention now since we're not gonna use them at this point. But one is their brat of the week, which is the Lady Liberty. It's cherry and blueberry and mozzarella and cream cheese. Dying to try that one. They also have a taco brat, which I love. I love to eat it with sour cream. So that's another one that would go really well with our elote flavors here today. I'm just gonna go with one of the all beef jumbo hot dogs, and that's gonna be in here in our toasted roll. You could do brioche buns, however you wanna do it. And the next thing is gonna be our elote mixture, which is gonna go on top. I've got a couple different cobs of corn here, some that I charred, some that I didn't. You can go either way. Just want a little bit of color if you're gonna char it. And you're gonna take a serrated knife, and you're gonna go down the side. You're gonna take all these kernels off, and it's fresh and it's delicious. I love grilling corn. I know the big thing in the grocery stores is to stand there and take the silks off in the grocery store so you don't have to do it at home and make a mess. I never do that at the grocery store. I always bring them home with me. And it's partly because I grill them with the silks on. They're really easy to take off after they've been on the grill. It's a lot easier than fighting with them before they go on the grill. And I kind of like it because they protect the corn a little bit as well while it's on the grill. It reduces the chance of it getting overcharred or burnt out there. So what I'm doing here with my serrated knife, I'm taking all these kernels off. And then at the end, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the back of your knife and you're gonna run it down and just get some of those milky juices out of there. And make sure you get every bit of goodness out of your corn. So for this recipe, I am using 2 corn cobs. And again, we're gonna take our fresh kernels here. We're gonna put them in the bowl. I did not butter my corn before it went on the grill. Just a matter of preference. You can do it either way. But I've got my 2 tablespoons of butter in the bowl already. So here are my corn kernels. I'm gonna add them. They're warm. So when I put them in the bowl with the 2 tablespoons of butter, it's gonna melt nicely. And boy, I could just sit here and eat this corn just plain all by itself. Not even with butter. If it's good fresh corn, it's delicious. All right, so I'm gonna mix my corn kernels into my butter in here. Get it all nice and coated. And then to go our elotes step, we're gonna go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of cotija cheese. You've seen me use that here before. It comes in a bag like this at the grocery store. It is a Mexican kind of powdery cheese. So we're gonna put in a 1/4 cup of that. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And we're gonna take some fresh lime juice. Love this. We have our 1 tablespoon of fresh lime. Fresh citrus brightens up any dish in the kitchen. We've got a tablespoon plus of cilantro, because I'm gonna put most of it in here, but not all. We're gonna save a little bit for a future layer. And then we're gonna use a little bit of tahine, a 1/4 teaspoon to be exact. If you are not familiar with it, it is a Mexican seasoning, and it's based on chili peppers, but it's not spicy, it's flavorful. And one of the great secrets is they put tahine on watermelon and cucumbers. It brings out just this juicy, fresh flavor. The first time somebody told me to put it on watermelon, I thought that sounded really weird, but it's pretty darn delicious. And something I'm gonna make after we're done with our video. I got my big watermelon camped out back there because I'm gonna make a nice watermelon feta mint salad to go with my bratwurst here and my hot dogs. But I can add a little tahine to that too, just to punch up the flavor. This is looking amazing. Here is our elote mixture. And we're just gonna spoon this over our hot dog along the sides here, and maybe some gets on the top. You know what? It's all about being messy when we're eating on the 4th of July. And everybody's sitting outside with napkins and paper towels and just making a mess of themselves, and that's okay. All right, might have gone a little heavy there, but I'm really dying to try this all together. So we've got that. Next thing I'm gonna add, these are a couple things I prepped beforehand. I have lime crema. What it is a 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I have lime zest in here. I have a tablespoon of lime juice, little pinch of salt. So I've got that to do a little drizzle here. Beautiful, so pretty on top of this. And then we're gonna layer it with a little bit more of our cotija cheese. I know this is just looking like 2 meals instead of 1. Or if you're Joey Chestnut, that's an appetizer. Here's where we're gonna add our little bit of cilantro. So color is key here. And we're gonna take our tahine and we're gonna sprinkle a little bit on top. And oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? You can see it's kind of falling apart on me in the middle there, but that's okay. I'm just gonna smush it all together when I eat it. And people are gonna be blown away by what you're serving at your barbecue versus what everyone else is serving. And if you're hearing all those big pops behind me, that's not just special effects. That's the real fireworks show here in my neighborhood. Both the official city one and the ones people are shooting off in the neighborhood. So my dogs are a little rattled. I'm sure if you're a dog owner, you feel it, you get it. A couple of the things we're gonna talk about real quick tonight. The all-star rosters were announced today. Only 1 Cub and 1 White Sox player, and that's Pete Crow Armstrong and Miguel Vargas. They're both reserves. I think Davis Martin from the White Sox got screwed. I hope he gets added to replace someone at some point. But as we get into next week, we'll talk a little bit more about both the All-Star Game and the MLB Draft, which are both right around the corner. In the meantime, I'm gonna whip up a little bit of baked potato salad. I'm gonna grab my watermelon and make a little watermelon feta salad. And heck, I've got corn on the cob too. How can I go wrong? So that's our all-star winter dinner for tonight. If you want to hit me up in the comments, if you have questions, if you try it yourself and you want to let me know how it went, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Julie. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I'll see you next time.